What is good, YouTube? Thank you for tuning in to another review. This is not your average sneakerhead, Tony Ramsey, and today we're taking a look at the Air Jordan 11 Jubilee inside of this box right here. Now, before we jump into this box and review, if this is your first time here, please consider subscribing to the channel. Also, this video a thumbs up, that does help the channels grow. Trying to get the channel to 1,000 subscribers before the end of 2020. We are very close to that goal, and once we hit that goal, we'll be doing a giveaway that was bigger than our 500 sub giveaway. So if you've been around that long, I do appreciate you guys joining the Not Your Average Sneakerhead family. And if you are new, welcome to the family. Look forward to bringing you guys more content going forward. Now, with all of those details out of the way, let's go ahead and jump inside this box. So the Air Jordan 11 Jubilee is set to release on December 12th. Jordan Brand has actually done a few early releases for these. So they dropped a few weeks ago, back when you had the I think it's a Jumpman 23 show they put on the sneakers app. And they also had a shop drop for these at around the time as well. And they did give people exclusive access to these the very next week. I was able to grab mine on the aftermarket because resale prices of these really aren't that bad right now, and I did want to give you guys a quick early look at the sneaker. So let's go ahead and jump into this box. The reason why I still have them inside the box is the unboxing experience of this is something that's a little bit different than what we're used to seeing. Now, the term Jubilee does refer to the 25th anniversary, and with 2020 being the 25th anniversary of the Jordan 11. Now, the Concord Jordan 11 was debuted in the playoffs. Jordan wore them against the Orlando Magic the year he returned from his first retirement. I was actually in high school back when that happened back in the day. But looking at the box, so this is a little bit different than what we typically see from Jordan Brand. So this Jordan 11 box actually flips open right there. You have to fold it up at the top. Then you have the other side that unfolds as well. So it's more like some really special packaging. Then you do have some white paper that has 1995, a Jumpman, and 2020 on the paper. Then you get into the box and you got your sneakers. And these smell magnificent. So there you have it, the Jordan 11 Jubilee, or the 25th anniversary Jordan 11. Now, I'll go ahead and start this off with letting you guys know up front, I am not the biggest fan of Jordan 11s. Reason being, Jordan 11 released when I was in high school, and my high school, I went to a private school, and everybody in my school had these because our school colors were black and white. So everybody had the Concord 11s, except for me. I wasn't wearing Jordans back then, and it really gave me I got a little bit fatigued by seeing Jordan 11s all over the place. So I grew to not be a fan of Jordan 11s. But as I've gotten older, I have definitely grown to appreciate the Jordan 11 and what it's done for sneaker culture. And I can say that this is probably my favorite Jordan 11 to release so far. Let's go ahead and get some details about the sneaker. First things first, you have your classic Jordan 11 silhouette there. So it does have the shape of the OG with the higher cut patent leather, which is something that I'm a really big fan of now that I've seen these in hand. I know when they did some retros, the patent leather cuts were a little bit lower, but I like the higher cut. It reminds me more of the OG. And that patent leather cut goes all around the sneaker, starting there at the toe to the lateral side. Then you have in the rear where it kind of connects right there with the stitching. Then back over to the medial side, back over to the toe. So mostly patent leather upper. Then you have some mesh right above it with the lacing system. We'll get into that detail about the lacing system here in a second. Starting at the toe box too, you also do have that milky outsole that peaks up around the tip of the toe box. Then on the bottom of it, you do have that full milky outsole. Really like that, how it looks more gray than it does white. I think that's a nice contrast of color. Then on the upper, you have your mesh, and you have the different little lacing system there with a detail most people are really on the fence about right now. You do have Jordan going all along the eyelets. When Tinker first designed the Jordan 11, that's a detail that was actually on it that they took off on the retail part version of the sneaker. And personally, I really like it. I think it adds a nice little pop of contrast and a little hit to the sneaker. And I think this is probably why this is my favorite Jordan 11 so far. But continuing up the middle of the sneaker, you do have a mesh tongue, and then right there in the middle, you do have your Jumpman and your Jordan logo there, and that is actually done in a little bit of a leather patch. Nice touch there. No branding on the top of the tongue for Jordan 11s, but you do have a chrome or a metal Jumpman right there at the rear of the lateral side. Then on the back of the sneaker, you do have chrome 23 right there and it's really flexible, so I'm not sure if that's plastic or not, or if it's going to come off, how durable it will be. But really nice touch as well. So I think the metallic hits make the sneaker look a little bit more premium than typical Jordan 11s, which is probably again reason why I do like these a lot. Take a look at the insole. On the insole, you do have a silver Jumpman there with the 25 there instead of the 23, and standard black polyurethane insole. On the bottom of the insole, you have the AJ11 branding, which is pretty standard for most Jordans. It's a running joke that I've had with most Jordans, like Jordan 4s or 5s. When you pull out the insole, almost all of them are branded for. All the polyurethane insoles have been branded for Jordan 11. So it's kind of funny to actually see a Jordan 11 one in the actual Jordan 11. Now we'll go back here to the outsole. As I mentioned before, milky outsole, which is semi-translucent. You do have a Jumpman smack in the middle of the outsole. Then you do have your carbon fiber shank plate there with some herringbone traction on both the front and rear of the outsole. Now I have tried these on, so for sizing I went with an 8.5, which is my true size. In some Jordans I can go down a half size in, but I went true to size in these because I do plan to wear an extra insole inside of these, and they fit perfect. The Jordan 11s are a pretty heavy sneaker, so something to keep in mind if you do plan to wear these casually. But overall, sizing, I will go true to size in Jordan 11s. I think they fit most people pretty well going true to size, and that's what I would recommend. Now in terms of comfort for the Jordan 11 Jubilee, Jordan 11s are actually extremely comfortable. They have I believe they have a full-length Zoom air unit in there. I could be wrong about that as well, but when you do have these on, you can feel the air under your foot when you're walking around in these, which is probably why these are such a good basketball shoe. And I think that they are very comfortable in my opinion, but again, they are pretty heavy, so if there's something that would bother you, just something to keep in mind. They also do have round rope laces. And another detail that I like about the patent leather cuts, you can actually see like the little white unfinished parts of the cuts of the patent leather, and I really like the way that looks. They did that with the bread 11s that did drop in at the end of 2019. So overall, I'm a really big fan of the Jordan 11 Jubilee. I think this is a really clean colorway. As I mentioned, it's probably my favorite colorway of Jordan 11 so far. I know a lot of people are passing on this one because they either have Space Jams or it looks like the 72 and 10s. I'm not a big fan of the 72 and 10s for whatever reason. And the Space Jams, I've never had those in my collection. My daughter had those a few years back, but I never had those myself because I mentioned before, I'm not the biggest fan of Jordan 11s. So for me to have this one in my collection, I'm pretty happy about that one and do plan to keep this one around. The only other pair of 11s that I have in my collection are the Win-Like 82s. Let me go and grab those off the shelf real quick. So these are the Win-Like 82s. This is the other Jordan 11 I have in my collection, and just looking at the two sneakers side by side, I definitely love the way this one looks so much more. It looks more like a premium sneaker, and one that I do plan to keep in the collection, and I do plan to rock this one pretty heavily this winter. But now that we have those details out of the way, let's go ahead and get these both loosened up, get them on feet, and show you guys how they look. So that's going to do it for my review of the Jordan 11 Jubilee, or the 25th anniversary Jordan 11. Let me know what you guys think about this sneaker. I know this has been a pretty polarizing sneaker so far. Some people hate it, some people love it. It seems like no one's really in the middle. You're either you hate it or you love it. So really curious to see what you guys think. To me, I really love this colorway of the Jordan 11. Still not the biggest fan of the 11 silhouette, but this is one that I can really get with. But I'm curious to know what you guys think. Do you guys love this sneaker? Are you going to pass on it? Or are you going to pick up multiple pairs of these? I might grab another pair when they do release just to have one on ice, but we'll see. Definitely one of the nicer sneakers that has come out so far in fall of 2020. That's going to do it for my review of the Jordan 11 Jubilee. Again, this is not your average sneakerhead, Tony Ramsey. Please make sure to like, comment, and subscribe down below. And I'll catch you guys on my next review. Peace.